So today's topic is quadratic expressions. So what is the quadratic expression? So an expression of the form ax square plus bx plus c is called a quadratic expression. So this is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So before going to discuss this quadratic expression, what is a linear expression? Linear means which is in the form of ax plus or minus b. Ax either plus b or minus b. Okay, that is linear. So quadratic means the expression of the form ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are real or complex numbers. So usually manam abc belongs to c and cheptam. That means abc are complex numbers. So the complex number means which is in the form of a plus or minus ib. Here this a is called real part and b is called imaginary part. If the imaginary part of a complex number is 0, then that is called a purely real number. So that means ABC are real or complex numbers. Okay. So this is called a quadratic expression. Then for what value of x? The value of the expression is 0. That is called 0 of the expression. 0 of the expression. That means so an expression is given here. If you write different values for x here, for what value of x? For each value of x, you will get one result. For what value of x, you will get the result 0. That is called 0 of the polynomial expression. And now, so what is a quadratic equation now? Quadratic equation. So here quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So this expression, if it is equal to 0, that is called an equation. If this is not equal to 0, means ax square plus bx plus c is the expression. If this is equal to 0, that is called an equation. If this is not equal to 0, then this is called an inequation. Quadratic inequation. It is not equal to 0 means two cases are there. It is either greater than 0 or it is less than 0. So two possibilities are there. Okay then. So the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, now here if you observe one thing, c is the constant term. This is bx means x term. Coefficient of x is called b here. Ax square, that is x square term. So coefficient of x square is a here. And here the first important thing is where ABC are complex numbers and a is not equal to 0. Because if the leading coefficient means coefficient of x square a is 0 means, then we will not get x square term. We are left with constant and x term, simply that it will be a linear. So that is why the basic condition is the quotient of x square a is not equal to 0 for both expression and equation. Okay then. So the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here this is said to be of degree 2. So this is a polynomial of degree 2. Degree means highest power of x. So once you just observe the powers. Here x power 2 is there. Here x power 1 is there. Constant means x power 0 is there. So among all the powers of x, what is the greatest one? That is 2. So that is called its degree. So degree of the quadratic equation is 2. That means here the highest power of x is 2. So we will not get any x cube term and there is no x power 4 term like this. The power of x is always either equal to 2 or it is less than 2 like this. So these are the three different terms you can get here: constant, x and x square. The quotient of either x term or constant may be zeros, no problem, we won't mind. but the quotient of x square should be a non-zero value. That is why a is not equal to 0 and b, c are real or complex numbers. Okay then, since it is of degree 2, we have a basic concept here. A polynomial of nth degree has exactly n roots. In the same way, every quadratic equation has exactly 2 roots. Number of roots equal to 2. Again, what is the root? It is similar to the 0 of the polynomial expression. So, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the quadratic equation. So, you can observe one thing, that RHS part. In equation, this is called LHS, this is called RHS. RHS part is always equal to 0, you can observe here. Now, the LHS part is ax square plus bx plus c. If you substitute different values for x, you will get different values. Then what is the required? Required one is 0. That means for what value of 0, the value of LHS will be the required RHS, that is 0. That is called root of the polynomial. That means the value of x which is satisfying. Usually they are denoted by alpha and beta. Means the value of x which satisfies the given equation. That means for which number, means that number you are writing in the place of the variable that is x here. For what value of x you are getting the required result is 0. That is called root of the given quadratic equation. So here the quadratic equation is of degree 2, so it has 2 roots. Usually the 2 roots are denoted by the letters alpha and beta. Okay, now how to find the roots? How to find the roots? That one we'll observe now. So now a quadratic equation means it is a polynomial of degree 2. Every quadratic equation has 2 roots and no more. And now today in this particular session we are discussing about the nature of the roots and how to obtain the roots like this. So one basic concept is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is the given quadratic equation, and now I want to find the roots. Means the value of x I want to calculate. So do one thing. From this ax square plus bx will be minus c if you write here. Now this is called completing square method. So try to obtain a perfect square like a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square form. It is from factorization concept. So this is ax square is there plus bx is there. So on either sides if you multiply with 4a, so just multiply with 4a. On both sides. Then you will get 4a square x square plus 4abx is equal to minus 4ac. If you multiply with 4a, the given equation will be like this. And now what is the use? What is the use of multiplying with 4a? So here you can observe one thing. 4a square x square means you can write 2ax whole square because 2 square is 4. And this is 2 into 2ax into b, you are left with b. So this is in the form of a square plus 2ab, where b is b only, but in the place of a we have 2ax here. Okay, a square plus 2ab form is there, plus b square is not there. So I am adding, and on either sides we can add the same term. So b square I am adding here in the LHS part. In the RHS part minus 4ac is there. Here also I am adding b square. So adding b square on either sides you will get like this. And now this is in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square, that is a plus b whole square, where b is b only, but in the place of a 2ax is given here. So this is the expansion of 2ax plus b whole square, which is equal to b square minus 4ac. From this the value of 2ax plus b will be, means apply square root on either sides, then you will get plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac. In the LHS part that the square gets cancelled if you apply square root. And now from this the required x will be, b will be minus b here, plus or minus root b square minus 4ac. This is 2ax, so the other side it will be the denominator, whole by should be. So this is the formula which is used to calculate the roots of a quadratic equation. Actually there is another simple method, that is factorization, but which is not always possible. So that is why the roots we'll discuss while solving the problems. That is okay here. The given quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. First write the constant term in the RHS part, multiply with 4a on either sides. Then try to write this in the form of 2ax plus b whole square, which is equal to b square minus 4ac. By adding b square on either side, so you get this. That gives the required value of x like this. And here, according to the basic concept of a polynomial, since it is of degree 2, it has two roots. Here the two roots. Where are the two roots? If you take positive sign, you will get one root. If you take this negative sign, you will get the other root. So one root is minus b plus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. And the other root is minus b minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Usually these roots are denoted by alpha and beta, where alpha means usually the least of the two roots is denoted by alpha, other one is beta. Okay, and now one more important concept regarding the roots here. So here quadratic equation has two roots. These two roots you can calculate by using this identity formula, like that is, so let alpha is equal to minus b plus root b square minus 4ac by 2a, and beta is equal to minus b minus root b square minus 4ac by 2a. And now what is the sum of the two roots? So here I am going to calculate the sum of the two roots. Alpha and beta are the two roots. So the sum is denoted by alpha plus beta, means now you are adding the two fractions. So you have to take the LCM, which is the same, means the two denominators are equal. So 2a is the common denominator, that will be the LCM. Now again, if you add the numerators, this is minus b plus root b square minus 4ac. And now you are adding this one, minus b minus root b square minus 4ac. Now these two gets cancelled. The sum will be minus b, that is minus 2b by 2a will be minus b by a. So therefore, remember one thing, sum of the roots alpha plus beta is always equal to minus b by a. So every quadratic equation has two roots. Those are denoted by alpha and beta. Their sum is always equal to minus b by a. What is a and what is b? That means b is the quotient of x and a is the quotient of x square. So without finding the roots, immediately by seeing the equation, you can say that minus b by a is the sum of the two roots. In the same way, the product of the two roots also we can find here. We'll see that now. Now, alpha into beta means product of the two roots. Here what we got here, sum of the roots alpha plus beta, we got minus b by a. And now want to calculate the product of the roots, that is alpha beta. Now we have to multiply these two. If you want to multiply, means you are multiplying two fractions, means for example observe this one, a by b into c by d. If you want to multiply like this, just multiply the numerators by multiply the denominators. That means here denominators product will be 2a into 2a will be 4a square. If you multiply the numerators, this is minus b plus root b square minus 4ac, and it is also similar one, just with there is a little bit change in the sign between the two terms. So the product of these two means one is in the form of a plus b, the other one is in the form of a minus b. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So you can say that it is minus b whole square minus b square, means root b square minus 4ac whole square. So then this will be, denominator is 4a square, this is b square, minus of square and square root gets cancelled, minus b square, minus of minus plus 4ac. Again these two gets cancelled. So what you are getting here, 4ac by 4a square. That means, observe this one. This is 4ac by 4a square. 4 gets cancelled, this a and a gets cancelled, c by a you are getting. So product of the roots alpha beta is always equal to c by a. That means without finding the roots, immediately by seeing the given equation, you can say what is the sum of the roots and what is the product of the roots. For example, there is an equation like this: 2x square plus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. There is an equation like this. It has two roots, alpha, beta. Now we don't know the roots, but we can say the sum and product of the two roots. Sum of the two roots alpha plus beta is given by minus b by a. That is minus, compare with a x square plus b x plus c equal to 0. Compare with this. X square quotient is a, x quotient is b, and the constant term is c. So sum of the roots alpha plus beta is minus b by a, that is minus b 3 by a, that is 2, minus 3 by a. And the product of the roots is given by c by a, that is constant by x square quotient. Here constant is 1 by quotient of x square is 2. So here we don't know the roots of this equation, but we can say that the sum of the two roots is minus 3 by 2 and the product is 1 by 2, like this. And now, so every quadratic equation has two roots. Those are denoted by alpha and beta, as we discussed. This is alpha and this is beta. Now their sum and the product are given by minus b by a and c by a. And now the other important thing is, so just consider the given equation like this: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And now if you divide by a, you will get x square plus b by ax plus c by a is equal to 0, you will get. So you can write like this: b by a means I am writing minus of minus b by a, because minus of minus will be positive only. Instead of b by a, I am writing minus of minus b by a. So that minus into minus, that will be plus. What is the use? Why I am writing like this means I have the value of minus b by a, that is alpha plus beta, and I know the value of c by a, that is alpha into beta. That means here instead of quotients I am writing the equation in the terms of the roots, in the terms of alpha beta. And now how can you write this product here? By factorization, simply you can say that this is the product of x minus alpha into x minus beta is 0. So just verify, multiply these two, x into x square minus beta x minus alpha x, that is minus x, by taking common you will get this one, minus of minus plus alpha beta. That means when the roots are given here, you can write the quadratic equation like this. That means, for example, if you want to write a quadratic equation with roots 1 and 6, write a quadratic equation with roots 1 and 6. Now that will be x square minus x into sum of the roots. This one we use usually. Instead of writing this one and again multiplying, we can use this simplified form. X square minus x into sum of the roots plus product of the roots. So that is x square minus x into sum of the roots, that is 1 plus 6, plus product of the roots 1 into 6 is 0. That means x square minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0 is the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 and 6. So like this, if any quadratic equation is given, then you can find its roots. Conversely, here by using this concept, when the roots are given, you can frame the quadratic equation whose roots are the given values. Okay, now the other important thing is, we know that a quadratic equation has two roots. Now, what type of roots we will get? How can you say the nature of the roots? Here, after calculating the roots, means either by factorization or by using the formula just now we discussed, we can say. But here, without finding the roots, means we need not find the roots here, just it is enough to find its nature. Roots, how the roots are there like this. That means here the roots are given by, just observe this carefully, roots are given by minus 3 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole by 2a. This gives the two roots. By taking plus and minus, you are getting alpha and beta. So the whole result is depending on, means the required result is depending on the term b square minus 4ac. which is given under the square root. So here this is called discriminant, and it is denoted by capital E or delta. You can write either delta or capital E to represent this discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. Why we have to consider this one? How this one make changes in the nature of the roots? Why we are not considering the other two terms and this b square minus 4ac only means, just observe the first case here. When this discriminant is equal to 0, discriminant means simply b square minus 4ac. Observe this one. Suppose discriminant of the given quadratic, now here the given quadratic equation is, here the given quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, here just now we got the roots, those are denoted by alpha and beta and given by minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac whole by 2a. Here the term under the root means this b square minus 4ac is called discriminant. Is called discriminant, and it is denoted by either capital D or delta. It is denoted by capital D or delta. So the term under the root, that is b square minus 4ac, is called discriminant of the given quadratic equation. So what is the use of this discriminant means, if you know the discriminant value, then without finding the roots, you can find the nature of the roots. So here this is about nature of the roots. Of a quadratic equation. Nature of the roots. So when this b square minus 4ac discriminant is given, so how can you decide the nature means, in the first case discriminant, that is either delta or d. You can, according to your convenience, you can write either d or delta. D means discriminant. If discriminant is 0, then what can you say about the roots here? Here the roots, b square minus 4ac is 0 means, first root will be, means roots will be minus b plus or minus root to 0 by 2a you are getting. That means minus b by 2a only. Plus 0 minus 0. Root 0 is 0. Plus or minus 0 will be, means either by adding or subtracting this 0, you cannot make any changes in the value of minus b. That means minus b by 2a is equal to both the roots. That means when this delta is equal to 0, then first root is minus b plus 0 by 2a and the second root is minus b minus 0 by 2a. So both are equal. So here the roots are real and equal. Here the roots are real and equal. And now in the second case, when this d is greater than 0, means any positive value, then the roots are, means for example this delta value is 4, then root 4 will be 2, then first root will be minus b plus 2 by 2a, second root is minus b minus 2 by 2a. So by 2a denominator remains the same, no problem, but numerator will be minus b plus 2 minus b minus 2. In the previous case, either by adding or by subtracting 0, you will not get any changes, so both remains the same, but not here. So you are adding a non-zero value means you will get different value. The value of minus b is increased by 2 or decreased by 2 values. So in this case, the roots are real, but they are unequal, means different. Different or distinct, you can say. So here when this delta discriminant is greater than 0, roots are real and distinct. And in the third case, here delta means discriminant is either equal to 0 or greater than 0. The third case means it is less than 0. Then the value which is less than 0 means it is negative here. So this discriminant is negative means under the square root you are getting negative number. But remember one thing, in real number system, square root is defined only for positive values, means non-negative values. Root 0 is defined, square root of any positive number exists. But the square root is defined only for non-negative numbers in real number system. Whenever you are getting any negative value here under the root, means here this b square minus 4ac is negative. So square root of negative means it leads to imaginary number system. So for example, Square root of minus 1 means this is denoted by the letter I. So that leads to imaginary numbers, means complex number system. So in this case, when this delta is less than 0, then you are getting imaginary numbers, means roots are complex conjugate numbers. Conjugate numbers means if one root is a plus id, then the other root will be a minus id. If one root is a plus ib, then the other root is a minus ib. That is simple here. Minus b plus or minus root delta by 2a. Whatever may be the value of delta, you can write here. Then by the roots means plus or minus. That makes the only difference. So here the roots are complex conjugate numbers. And one more important case is that is the fourth one. In the fourth one, delta is a perfect square. If it is a perfect square, then just observe, perfect square means root means the value of d is either 4 or 9 or 25 like this. For example, if it is a perfect square means square root of 25 will be 5, square root of 16 will be 4, square root of 4 will be 2, square root of 1 will be 1. That means you are getting a chance to eliminate the given square root. That means then the roots are rational. Then roots are rational. So you are getting rational roots when d is a perfect square. For example, if this d is not a perfect square, means like root the value of discriminant is 11, then root 11 remains the same. That means you are not getting the rational roots. Means the roots are irrational when delta is not a perfect square. So these are the basic concepts here. And here this is the most important one. When the quadratic equation has equal roots, then its discriminant delta is equal to 0. Based on this, we have a few applications. Means in the given quadratic equation, they give one unknown value like m or p. You have to calculate that unknown which is involved in the given equation if it has equal roots. So like that means then delta is equal to 0 is the required condition. By using this one, you can find the unknown required values. Okay. And now a few examples how to solve the quadratic equation by using factorization. How to form the quadratic equation. When the roots are alpha and beta, you can write the equation. For example, here I want to write one quadratic equation with roots 2, 3. So how to write the quadratic equation with roots 2 and 3 means when the roots are alpha and beta, equation is x square minus x into sum of the roots alpha plus beta plus product of the roots alpha beta is 0. That one we discussed already. So this one, the quadratic equation with roots 2 and 3 means you will get x square minus x into sum of the roots 2 plus 3 plus product of the roots 2 into 3 equal to 0. That will be x square minus 2 plus 3 5x plus 2 into 3 6 is 0. Like this, when the roots are given, you can write the quadratic equation. Now conversely, how to find the roots when the quadratic equation is given. So here the first case is x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. By using factorization, I want to write the roots here. So just multiply the quotients of x square and constant term, these two. Here the x square means quotient of x square will be 1. 1 into 6 will be 6. So now factors of 6 we have to write so that either the sum or the difference of those two is equal to the quotient of x. So here just observe, 6 means you can write 1 into 6 or 2 into 3. Then which one you have to choose? This is one important case here. 1 into 1 and 6 if you consider, 1 into 6 is 6, that is okay, the required one. But sum of these two, 1 plus 6 is 7, which is not the required one. 6 minus 1 is 5, not the required one. 1 minus 6 gives minus 5, that is okay. Then suppose if you choose 1 minus 6, then 1 minus 6 minus 5 you are getting, but the product is 1 into minus 6 means minus 6 you are getting, which is the required one is plus, where the required one is plus 6. So this is the important case here. So that means you have to choose 2 and 3 lines. So I am writing like this, x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0 is the given one means I am writing like this by using 2 and 3. The sum should be minus 5, the product should be plus 6. That means minus 2 minus 3 we have to take. minus 2x minus 3x. Like this you can split the given minus 5x. Minus 5x can be written as the sum of minus 2x and minus 3x plus x. Then x square minus 2x means x is the common term. The same factor you should get here by taking common minus 3, then x minus 2. Now x minus 2 into x minus 3 is 0. Here the product of two terms is 0 means either the first one is 0 or the second one is 0 or both may be 0. That means x minus 2 equal to 0 gives x equal to 2 or x minus 3 equal to 0 gives x equal to 2. So like this you can find the roots by using factorization method. And now otherwise the other method is, means if you don't know the factors like this, if you did not get some, we need not get the factors always. Means when the roots are rational like this 2 and 3 you will get like this, means rational like this. Otherwise if those roots are either irrational or imaginary, you cannot use the factorization method, then we need to use the formula only. Here observe this one. This is the given quadratic equation. Compare with the standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c. Then the value of a, quotient of x square is 1 and the value of b is minus 5 and the value of c is 6. So here the roots are given by minus b plus or minus root b square minus 4ac whole by 2a. Now substitute the values here simply. Minus b, that is minus of minus 5 will be plus 5, plus or minus b square minus 5 whole square is 25, minus 4 into a into c, 4 into 1, 4 into 6, 24, by 2 into a, 2 into 1 is 2. So 5 plus or minus root 25 minus 24 will be 1. Root 1 is 1, so 1 root is 5 plus 1 by 2 and the other one is 5 minus 1 by 2. 5 plus 1, 6 by 2, that is 3. 5 minus 1, 4 by 2, that is 2. Okay. So the same roots you are getting there also. Like this, when the roots are given, you can frame the quadratic equation. When the quadratic equations are given, we can solve either by factorization or by using the formula. So this is about the basic concept of a quadratic expression. Means quadratic equation. Expression means simply LHS part derivative. If it is equal to 0, that is called a quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 form will be there. Every quadratic equation has two roots. Because it is a polynomial of degree 2, they are denoted by alpha and beta. And those two roots you can calculate by using either this formula or by using this. And now sum of the roots is minus b by a and the product of the roots is c by a also we got here. So that is the introduction part here. Then nature of the roots also we discussed, means if we know the value of discriminant, that is delta b square minus 4ac, then you can write the nature, means whether the roots are real or imaginary. In case of real, whether the roots are distinct or similar. So these are the concepts based on the value of the discriminant, what you can say here. Okay.